last year in the fall, we traded a few bikes, came up with a deal. Anyway, we ended up with a 2023 KX250. And we're gonna try and race this bike this year. I know it's foolish. I know I've got a bad knee. My shoulder hurts, all sorts of stuff. But for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to try and race. And I know this is gonna be some sort of a I wish I was fast vet series, but I don't know, maybe you guys will like watching it because I think I'm gonna like trying to put something together. But I have never rode a 4-stroke 250. I've never even rode this bike. I bought it, or acquired it, let's say, and we're gonna try it out. Today is gonna be the first day we're gonna ride it. We're gonna dump the oil. We've got the bike warmed up. We'll get the oil changed, put a new filter in it, get out to the track and see what I can do on a 4-stroke 250. So one thing that's really important about 4-strokes versus a 2-stroke is warming the motor up. You wanna warm the motor up to get the oil flowing because there's oil that has to pump up into the top of the cylinder head. Where traditionally in a 2-stroke, your oil's only really for the transmission and clutch. So, you know, we've got the bike warmed up and now we're just gonna break it free and drain the oil. We'll see what is inside this thing. Like I said, I've never rode the bike. I don't know if the guy changed the oil before he brought it to me. We're gonna find out. Oh, I see. Well, that's not good. Now I'm understanding why the guys trade me the bike, maybe. Somebody snapped the oil bolt. Mother son of a bitch. The key when dealing with a snapped off bolt is having the right tools. So having a good set. You don't want some Harbor Freight extractor set for this. I know maybe they do work, but you want to get a good product. So we got a snap-on extractor set. We had to make some phone calls, so I didn't have one here. And they come with left-handed drill bits and the extractor. So we're going to try and drill a small hole up into the bolt, and then we're going to use the extractor very gently with the wrench and try and pop it out of there. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've taken our center pop, centered it, hit it with a hammer very lightly, just to put a nice little center pop in there. We've got our left-handed drill bit and our cordless drill. And we're gonna hope for the best. Sometimes you can get real lucky and the left-handed drill will actually catch. You know, oh no, see it's popping off. This is gonna be a pain in the ass. But sometimes the drill itself will catch and extract the bolt. We are getting it. It's starting to come out with the drill bit. Oh man, we are super lucky. I might be able to even turn it with a pick now. No, there we go. Oh, we are so lucky. Well, we could have a hell of a mess of oil coming out here in a minute. Let's try and, I can feel it with my fingers. Oh, I can turn it with my fingers, even better. Oh, we're so lucky. So I'm not sure if the guy knew he broke it and tried to screw me, and just luckily I am able to fix it, or he didn't know, maybe he tightened it too much, or whoever did the oil change tightened it too much. Maybe his kid was helping him, who knows? And it broke. But we are the luckiest guy right now. If I can get a hold, I may have to use a better pair of pliers here. A pair of vice grips even. Look at that. We might be the luckiest guys to go dirt biking. If I can get this bolt out. Definitely a lot further ahead than I thought I was going to be. Oh, I don't think it's stripped because it's coming out easy, like it's threaded. Try and get a pick on there and chisel, not like to chisel it off, but kind of help us pull it around. We've got our oil pan underneath, ready to catch the oil. Man, I don't care if it digs into my finger a little bit. That'll heal. Oh, I'm gonna have every plier I own out here soon. Of course, I'm trying not to block the camera, guys, but if I do, I'm sorry. I'm kind of worried about getting this out. Oh, so close. Now we gotta try and find another bolt. I guess we've given the dealership a call. Hopefully they're open today. Look at that. Oil's brand new. So our oil's draining. That's a good sign. I'll show you guys the bolt. So that end there, you see we center popped it and we were able to just snag it with a left-handed drill bit and extract that. If you tried a right-handed drill bit to drill it, we could have pushed it up into the bike. This is why it's important to have left-handed drill bits. But that poor bolt, she just snapped off. Like, it's from over-tightening. You can see where it broke. It's just over-tightening. And then if you notice what's going on, there's no crush washer. So somebody forgot to put the crush washer on, maybe didn't know, and tightened this up, and it stretched the bolt and broke it. That's why it's important to use those crush washers. Yeah, so the dealership just called me, and they've got a drain plug in stock, thank God. I don't know if it's an aftermarket one, a factory one, I don't care. But we're gonna get this bike running, and hopefully later this afternoon, get out and do a little bit of riding. All right, we're here. At McKee's. Hopefully, well, they have our part, thank God. And then we can get back, get this bike fixed and running. So we got our brand new Kawasaki bolt. It's basically just a bolt, but since the bike's so new and it hasn't been cobbled, hopefully, we're gonna put a brand new stock one back in. And we've got the crush washer to go with it. Underneath here is the oil filter. So we need to get that cracked open, get the old oil filter out, and get our new one prepped and ready to go in. Whoever has worked on this bike previously was a bit of a butcher. That bolt's perfect, but this bolt has been tightened too much. It's got strip threads in it and it's been stretched. That's no good. Look at the length is longer. Guys, don't use impacts on your brand new dirt bikes, please. There's the spring. We'll get a pick and grab our old filter out, because my fat hand. There we go. And it goes in, the grommet needs to go in towards the engine and slide onto the thing. Now, we're gonna be greasing the grommet because that's what the Honda book, or sorry, the Kawasaki book asks us to do. So we're gonna go ahead, use our Maximus waterproof grease and just get a little bit on our finger, like just barely. And then we're gonna grease that seal. Now we've got oil on our hands from changing the oil, so it'll be fine. We've got grease on the O-ring. We're gonna install our new filter. In this model, it goes like that, pushes down onto the pin. Then we can reinstall our cover. We wanna make sure the O-ring on here has lots of grease on it, or oil. Perfect. Now we can reuse our Other bolt. We're gonna switch out the other bolt actually because, like I said, somebody stripped it because I believe they've been putting it on with an impact. Now, of course, I don't have a Kawasaki bolt, so I didn't think to grab one. I probably should have taken the whole thing apart before. And we're just gonna snug them up. Just snug, like it's just tight. Because the foot poundage for this, it's not even a foot pound. It's 89 inch-pounds of torque. And inch-pounds are like nothing. Like when I tighten a bolt, it's probably 20 foot-pounds by hand. So that is a ridiculous amount of torque for something that needs inch-pounds. We're gonna go ahead and thread our new oil plug in. And again, it's inch-pounds as well. So these things don't need to be cranked down. You wanna make sure you got your washer on there. And she's gonna go in perfect because we got so lucky not having to, the threads weren't screwed up. Man, we got lucky. But even like a 1/2 inch ratchet like this is a little excessive. You don't need to use a 1/2 inch ratchet to tighten this up. I'm basically snugging it up by hand. And I just want to show you guys. So the oil filter cap bolts, 89 inch-pounds. And then the engine oil drain plug, 89 inch-pounds. So that is not very much torque. Do not put them in with an impact gun. On an oil change where you've replaced the filter, it needs less than 1 liter of oil. On a complete fresh motor, it's 1 liter. But since this motor's not fresh, there's a little bit of remaining oil in there. It's actually only 800 milliliters of oil. So we're gonna keep an eye on the sight window down here, but it's gonna almost take a full can. Now, our ideal spot is center. Right now, we're basically on the lower, like right at the bottom. We want to be center. We're allowed to fill all the way up. That'd be the upper limit. Lower limit's the bottom window. Don't run your bike if you don't see oil in this window. And we want to be right in the center. So we're going to keep topping it up. Almost there. Say that's about perfect. I honestly believe, from seeing the other bolts, that the gentleman didn't know that he'd stretched a bolt and broke it. And it probably just my luck that I ended up undoing it and the bolt snapped. But again, guys, having a good set of easy outs and left-handed drill bits saved the day. So I just want to show what's going on here. This is the oil drain plug bolt that we pulled out of the Kawasaki. This is a brand new bolt that hasn't been installed ever. And you can see that it's perfectly true. All the threads are the same. This is a good quality bolt. And this is the stock Kawasaki bolt. And you can see it's stretched. You can see the threads are really close here. They've been installed properly, and then they've stretched because these threads have been biting really good, and somebody kept cranking it, sending them deeper and deeper, and stretched out this part of the thread. This bolt is about ready to snap, the same as this bolt did. We're really lucky we were able to get this bolt out with that left-handed drill bit. But guys, over tightening your bolts on your engine, just be really careful. Use the proper inch-pound torque settings, not foot-pounds, inch-pounds. It's hardly anything at all. Because of everything that went on with this bike, trying to get the oil drain plug out and it snapping clean off, or was it snapped off before I even touched it? I don't know. I don't think the guy was trying to screw me. I just think he simply over-tightened his bolts. And eventually, too many times over-tightening them, they'll just wear down and snap. We did get out to the track. I did get a couple laps in on the bike. Maybe I did 5 laps, a couple sight laps, and then got to feel it out. The track was a pure sand track, pretty ruddy. But really the bike worked pretty good. I'm not gonna give my opinion on a 4-stroke 250 just yet. I need to put some more seat time on this bike and really feel it out before I say, hey, you know, what have I been doing? I'm not gonna lie, electric start is nice. So, you know, is it a must-have? Well, I got a lot of bikes, and this is the only bike I have with electric start. So it's not a must-have, but man, quality of life features, electric start, that's nice. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about a 4-stroke 250. Let me know. I'm sure a lot of you guys have them. I'm sure a lot of you guys have ridden them. Let me know what you think. Also, let me know about problems you've had on getting used bikes. Obviously, we've all ran into nightmare situations. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.